The secret of getting ahead is getting started. Age is an issue of mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. The man who does not read has no advantage over the man who cannot read. Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? Kindness is the language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. Truth is stranger than fiction, but it is because fiction is obliged to stick to possibilities, truth isn't. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear. It is better to keep your mouth closed and let people think you are a fool than to open it and remove all doubt. The best way to cheer yourself up is to try to cheer somebody else up. The trouble is not in dying for a friend, but in finding a friend worth dying for. All you need in this life is ignorance and confidence, and then success is sure. The more I learn about people, the more I like my dog. Man is the only animal that blushes, or needs to. A lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is putting on its shoes. The best way to get rid of a temptation is to yield to it. Never put off till tomorrow what you can do the day after tomorrow. When I was a boy of 14, my father was so ignorant I could hardly stand to have the old man around. But when I got to be 21, I was astonished at how much the old man had learned in 7 years. We have the best government that money can buy. A person who won't read has no advantage over one who can't read. It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. If you don't like the weather in New England, just wait a minute. The human race has one really effective weapon, and that is laughter. The more things are forbidden, the more popular they become. There is nothing so kingly as kindness, and nothing so royal as truth. I don't like to commit myself about heaven and hell. You see, I have friends in both places. The best way to predict your future is to create it. Be careful about reading health books. You may die of a misprint. There is no sadder sight than a young pessimist. The older I get, the more clearly I remember things that never happened. A good friend is like a four-leaf clover, hard to find and lucky to have. There are basically two types of people. People who are in awe of Mark Twain and people who have never heard of Mark Twain. The more I know about people, the more I like my dog. When you fish for love, bait with your heart, not your brain. A person with a new idea is a crank until the idea succeeds. A good marriage is the union of two good forgivers. There is no remedy for love but to love more. To be good is noble, but to show others how to be good is nobler and no trouble. It is not the years in your life that count. It's the life in your years. The man who does not read good books has no advantage over the man who cannot read them. If you want to change the world, pick up your pen and write. A man who carries a cat by the tail learns something he can learn in no other way. When you reach the end of your rope, tie a knot and hang on. Loyalty to country always. Loyalty to government, when it deserves it. In the first place, God made idiots. This was for practice. Then he made school boards. A man is never more truthful than when he acknowledges himself a liar. Everything has its limit. Iron ore cannot be educated into gold. The difference between the right word and the almost right word is the difference between lightning and a lightning bug. The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. Nothing so needs reforming as other people's habits. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. If you want to make a man covet a thing, make him believe it is difficult to obtain. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. I can live for 2 months on a good compliment. I have never taken any exercise except sleeping and resting. Time is a great teacher, but unfortunately it kills all its pupils. A lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is putting on its shoes. The more things are forbidden, the more popular they become. Best way to cheer yourself is to try to cheer someone else up. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars.